All right, I'm super excited about our next unit. I love talking about genetics. So what do you guys already know about genetics? There's some stuff that you've learned in middle school, and there's just stuff that you just sort of know because you hear it around. So what do you know about genetics? What are we going to learn in this unit? So I'm going to go over that a little bit, and think about what is it that you want to know. There's a lot of great questions in this unit with genetics, and we'll certainly try and answer some of those. This is one great looking couple. I wonder what their children are going to look like. Children have similar features to their parents because they inherit half of their parents' DNA. So these adorable boys with their striking blue eyes, those blue eyes come from their parents. So let's think back to middle school for a moment. What do you remember? Do you remember Gregor Mendel or Punnett squares or the term dominant and recessive? Do you remember where you can find DNA in the cell? It's the nucleus. And which is smaller, a chromosome or a gene? So does a chromosome contain genes or does a gene contain a chromosome? Well, we know that on our cell we have a nucleus, and in the nucleus we have our DNA, which is wound up into chromosomes. And our chromosome has lots of different genes on it. So then the answer is a chromosome contains genes. And what are genes exactly? So inside of our chromosome we have a lot of genes, and a gene is simply a segment of DNA that codes for a specific trait. So it's going to code for eye color, or it's going to code for hair color. Human genetics can be somewhat complicated, but there are some genes that are very simple, which means that they are one gene controls one trait. And an example of that would be freckles. So if you have the gene for freckles, that is a dominant trait. Another one would be a cleft chin. Having a cleft chin is a dominant trait. Another one, again, is widow's peak, and so if you have widow's peak, that is dominant. Do you have any of these dominant traits? What about people in your family?